And then your emotions have to be worked, and they have to be released one by one. And if your heart got crusted, if there are walls and walls over your heart, those walls, by kind of like finding those emotions that got frozen in front of your heart and shielding your heart, but one by one they can be pulled out until that wall starts getting subtler and subtler, weaker and weaker, and then it can fall. And you are able to feel with your heart again. And your soul is able to start pulsating with your lively feelings. And if you still think that thoughts is one thing and feelings is totally another thing, you are mistaken. They are intricately connected as the spirit and soul. The thoughts is the language of your spirit. It's kind of like mechanical, it's kind of like low vibration thoughts. But there are also very high vibration thoughts. Sometimes it's just enough to experience one high vibration thought for it to come and like totally release all kind of S-H-I-T inside you. Like shake it up. And so the thoughts, it's and your mind, is like the instruments of your spirit, and your feelings and your sensations and your desires are all the language of your soul, and they're intricately connected. And your subconscious lives inside your body, those frozen frequencies inside you. And that actually, how the emotions and the thoughts are connected. If you have those kind of emotions frozen inside you, they affect the thought patterns that come actually into your head, because the space around you is like brimming with all of those thoughts. And you have to align yourself with your highest, with kind of like this vertical ascendment. It happens by your intention. And if you are able to do that, then you are able to channel some higher thought and connect to your superconscious. Healing happens when all of your subconscious is thawed, mellowed. And when the subconscious inside your body and superconscious meet. But what do you do for that? You develop your mindfulness and your awareness, which is in one word called consciousness. And when the highest God is speaking with you, he's speaking from high above and from the silence. Even though for some people, and like for me, I can see God absolutely all around me. I was like erupting volcano. I spoke on the topics of soul and spirit, of subconscious and superconscious, of consciousness. Yeah, when you speak to God, and when you are able to connect with your superconscious, then you are able to catch that vibe that by the vertical line takes you up and connects you, what I call heart of God. When you connect to your superconscious and you are ready to receive from God direct knowledge, God is so infinite, so endless, and to truly touch, begin touching God, you have to be able to understand and actually transcend. You have to be able to kind of transcend all of this, what is around you, and then keep kind of going through all kind of atmospheres and higher into the spheres. And then you have to actually kind of even go the part of that is feels like totally empty, the part of emptiness. And then, the biggest, I would say, even scientific discoveries, do you remember that Ramachana, yeah? I think I said his name right. He lived in England. It was an Indian boy. He died early because of the cough. Too bad I wasn't right there to heal him. But he would pray to God, and he would directly download the knowledge during his sleep, and sometimes during meditation. During the sleep, you know, all of those different stages of sleep that we go through. And there is a stage, I believe it's Delta, when there is absolutely no thoughts. It's like that emptiness, you know. And in the ancient times, that's how they got the direct knowledge, you know. And in India, in the sacred scriptures, there is a notion of Shruties. Shruties. And those are kind of like these little spirals, you know, that come from God, from the highest. And then they kind of like, you know, start doing like their way down. It's a thought form. It's a higher thought forms. And then the people with the open consciousness, vibrating and able to receive that, they receive that and they're able to process it. And then as it goes down, it becomes the knowledge. And it finds the words to come out of your mouth, of those scientists, of those enlightened ones' mouth. So, so from the standpoint of spiritual linguistics, you see, if you know many languages professionally, as I do, then you are able sort of kind of like read the God's mind through those different languages. Like Shrutis, there is a Russian word, skruchivать, or the word krut. Krut, by the way, krut, is very close to the word krug. Krug means a circle. When the spiral comes, it circles its way, but it's ascending or it's descending spiral. So krug is circle and krut is to wind it like this, to make it a circle, krut. And zakrutit it means kind of like, you know, taking a wire and winding it up like circles and circles and spiral around something, for example. Those shrutis, you see, Russian language shows the meaning of it. Oh, by the way, there is also a slang with the young people. There is a word like in English, cool, right? And in Russian, krutoy. And people say, oh, kruta, kruta. Kruta means also kind of like, you know, it's kind of like that. Not just like this, but kind of like that. Okay, so,